things have taken a seriously dramatic turn in the ongoing saga of Prince Harry and the royal family. The British Parliament has actually launched a lawsuit against him, a defamation lawsuit, no less. This is a huge deal, and is almost certain to make the already tense relationship between Harry and his homeland even worse. This legal action comes after Harry made some pretty explosive statements about the British political system, which many MPs are calling dangerous and completely untrue. A Conservative MP, Richard Blackwood, even made a public statement outside Parliament saying that Harry had crossed a line that no royal, past or present, should ever cross. He claimed that Harry's allegations are not only false, but also a direct attack on British democracy. This whole mess started after Harry's recent media appearance, where he claimed to have seen firsthand how parliamentary procedures were manipulated during his time as a working royal. These claims, which many believe are influenced by Meghan Markle, have sent shockwaves through British society and have led to calls for action from politicians on both sides of the political spectrum. Sources close to Buckingham Palace are saying that Harry's latest outburst has deeply upset the royal family, especially King Charles, who had been hoping for some kind of reconciliation after all the recent family drama. A high-ranking palace source, who remained anonymous, said that the king has always tried to keep a line of communication open with Harry. But these attacks on British institutions seem to be getting worse, with many people pointing the finger at Meghan's influence. This lawsuit, which is pretty much unheard of in British history, argues that Harry's statements have intentionally damaged public trust in how Parliament works, and is seeking a significant amount of money in damages. Legal experts think this case could force Harry to provide real proof for his claims, or he could face some serious consequences. Royal commentator Lady Victoria Pembroke has said that this whole situation is the result of a pattern that started when Harry married Meghan. She's observed how Harry has changed from a once-loved prince into someone who seems to enjoy attacking British institutions. A lot of people are wondering if these are really Harry's own thoughts, or if he's being influenced by Meghan. The lawsuit specifically mentions several instances where Harry's statements supposedly went beyond simple criticism and became defamation. Parliamentary lawyers are focusing on particularly controversial claims about secret backroom deals and manipulation of constitutional processes, which they insist are completely baseless. Since moving to California, Harry's public comments have become increasingly critical of British institutions, a change that many attribute to Meghan's influence. A former royal protection officer, James Hamilton, said that the Harry he used to know would never have even considered making such accusations. He expressed his sadness at seeing someone who once represented the best of British values become so disconnected from him. This legal action has attracted support from a rather unusual mix of political figures and public figures. Even some traditionally Republican MPs are backing the lawsuit, seeing it as necessary to defend democratic institutions from what they describe as celebrity-driven misinformation. Meanwhile, back in Montecito, the Sussexes team initially responded defensively. A spokesperson released a short statement saying that Harry stands by his words and will deal with these matters through the legal system. However, royal observers have pointed out that this response was unusually brief and lacked the usual elaborate language they typically use, suggesting there might be some internal disagreements about how to handle this. The lawsuit also comes at a time when Harry's public support in the UK has dropped significantly. Recent polls show his popularity has reached record lows, with many former supporters expressing their disappointment in his continued criticism of British institutions. A senior parliamentary source, speaking privately, suggested that the lawsuit isn't just about setting the record straight, but also about sending a strong message. There have to be consequences for trying to undermine democratic institutions, no matter who you are, even if you're a royal. These legal proceedings have also brought back the debate about Meghan's influence on Harry's opinions and public statements. Cultural commentator Elizabeth Hotley has observed that what we're seeing looks like a deliberate attempt to reshape how Harry views his own country and its institutions. She pointed out that the timing and tone of these changes line up very closely with his marriage and his move to America. The public reaction in Britain has been quick and mostly supportive of Parliament's actions. Social media is full of hashtags like enough is enough, as British citizens express their frustration with what many see as constant attacks on their institutions from across the Atlantic. This whole situation paints a picture of Harry being easily influenced, and perhaps even manipulated, by Meghan, which is a very negative portrayal of their relationship. It also suggests that they are out of touch with public sentiment in the UK and are damaging the reputation of the monarchy with their actions. The whole situation is a mess, and it's hard to see how it can be resolved without further damage to everyone involved.